recording.
Connie Love here.
And Louie.
We got a couple different subjects. I don't know exactly what to name this video. Getting down to the please hit the like button because I'm not getting enough people that need to hear some of the information that I'm trying to get together. It takes a lot of research to look at my videos. So if you can't hit the like button, even if you don't like it, which I hope
If you don't
do
like it, hit the like button because it gives us more of a strategy in getting more videos out to you.
The videos hasn't been really working for me. I've done a lot. We were looking at some of our videos today of when we were doing protests, rallies, handing out flyers and different things. And what I'm noticing that I'm to the point where I've done everything. There's nothing left for me to do at this point. Or Lewis. We did it for some years, I don't know, 5 years maybe, and without
6 years.
Yeah, without any success.
With a lot of success.
Yeah, a little success. I mean, in my own opinion, it was a little success. It's not as much as I would like for us to have done because the targeting still exists. It's a God thing. It's my own opinion. And so, this video, we're going to discuss some things that Lewis brought to my attention today. And one of them is when and how did schizophrenia start? Well, the video, it started in the 1700s. It's crazy that it would start, but they call it schizophrenia. But truthfully, it is mind control. It is B2K. It is subliminal messaging. It is things that are being sent through your ear, your inner ear, into your brain, the audio that works in those areas that are being sent through that area to cause you to hear voices. This is not something to say, oh, maybe it happened in World War II. No, it didn't. Maybe it happened at another time. But really, from what I believe, it happened centuries ago. And Lewis knows the information concerning that because he brought it to my attention, and I would like for him to share it with you. So what kind of information do you have, Lewis, concerning that?
On James Matthew Tilley? James Matthew Tilley was the guy that was first documented with schizophrenia. And it was by the Heirloom gang over in Europe, the UK, that harassed him with voices and chemicals. If you ever met a guy named Don, he lives up in California, but if you ever talk to him, he'll tell you everything about chemicals. And you know all about it. But James Matthew Tilley was harassed by directed energy weapons that were produced back in 1796. These are metal objects that are able to direct microwaves at people.
Using batteries.
Batteries. And they were able to do that, including chemicals, and which was causing him to hear voices in his head. So, after that, he was harassed for about 7 years, I believe. Then he eventually got the evidence and went to court and proved in court in the UK that he was being harassed, and they said that okay, and then they did all that stuff, and finally they got it to stop. So the harassment stopped for the UK, whatever he was going through, and so he was basically the first person documented with schizophrenia.
He was like the majority, 90% of the TIs are. They have a good personality. They're peaceful, loving, law-abiding people. Integrity, morals, and ethics. He was that type of person. And those are the type of people that mostly get put into this program. Not saying the other 10% are not good people. I'm just saying they have a different way of thinking.
Yeah. An alternate different way of thinking. Not the way we think. Now, some would say that we are the 144,000. We are the very few and the very select people.
Some people even say we're extensions of the Israelites. You know, there's some people that say we're an extension of the Israelites. We're extensions of Adam and Eve. So, but this guy in 1796. Yeah, tell him a little bit more about that.
So 1796 was a year that wasn't very well produced, but the implants inside the human brains has been going on for since the times Egypt was in charge of everything. So
There was a guy that was, there was so many different things in Egypt. Some kind of a reptile that had a halo. That's kind of weird. He was doing a lot of brainwashing then, mind controlling a lot of the people, and even in biblical times.
yeah, biblical times before Noah.
Yes, way before Noah.
You know, when God used to come around and steal all the babies away from people, that's because their houses wasn't cleansed. You know, First Peter would tell you all about salvation. You know, when the ark travels through water, it's part of salvation. But the blood of a lamb over your house back in those days was your salvation. That stopped God from attacking you and your family because you were a believer. You were understanding. You knew that there was repercussions if you went against the Father.
They wanted to kill Jesus because they knew that he was chosen from God. So in order to protect their families, they had to put the blood of the lamb over their door, and they did that. But my main focus is this guy in 1794, 96. Can we discuss that a little further?
Yeah, James Matthew Tilley. He was a procrastinator. But anyway, I mean, he went through a demise of Republic activism back in those days, and he was pretty much me and a friend of mine had said that was added to artificial intelligence
In those days. Now
So all the studies that took place from then up until now, you have artificial intelligence that are reproductive and that feed off the information that was given to them beforehand, including. Sorry, I cut the light back on.
my daughter keeps turning the light out. I don't know why.
So, I'm friends with a lady named Iris, and she brought this to my attention a while back. And she's a very nice lady. She knows a lot about the dynamics of computer science and technology and all that stuff. I haven't spoken to her in a while, but we got on the subject of James Matthew Tilley, and which led me to the belief system of there's a reasonable doubt beyond the belief of who is doing this. So we can be counterproductive against what's happening.
So you look at the scientific point of what Lewis is saying, and this happened in 1796.
Yeah.
They say that paranoia schizophrenia affects people in their early teens to their early 20s. Okay, so that means, to me, in my own opinion, that they have been experimenting on our children for years. They have initiated this form of targeting into their life unknowing to us. But when they're put in the mental institutions because they feel like they're a danger to not only their self but everybody else. When they're put on these different kind of medications that cause them to gain weight and other things, and they're put in these nursing homes which are on lockdown, because of this affecting other people, or as well as yourself, and putting both in danger. And they're not dangerous people. So you look at, it's not what they are going through, it is what is happening to them. So when you run into a person that has, no matter if they're 13, 14, all the way to 21, 22, maybe the latest 23, and maybe they're hearing some form of voices, the audio voices are being put in through their ears, into their brain. It isn't implanted in their brain. It's being put into their brain from the outside, my own opinion, again, without research. And I'm thinking that maybe that is just something that we need to start looking at a little more closely, trying to find out where this happened, when it started, how that happened, and from what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It happened with technology.
The tech.
Yeah. Our children in their teens were targeted, unknowing to us, and it caused them to hear voices. And the voices are audio voices. Audio voices.
Very audio. We're hearing all sorts of things with this audio.
You can hear a variety of things with audio. You can hear some really horrific things being said to you to make you feel bad, to make you feel guilty, to make you feel like nobody loves you, nobody likes you, you're garbage, you're this, you're that. And you also can hear other things like the ticking of a clock, tick tock, tick tock. Imagine hearing that for hours. Or some form of a music.
Which is what Constance's daughter hears.
My daughter hears clocks tick-tocking, and it totally and absolutely infuriates her. But moving on to another subject. We're looking at the chemical aspects of it. The chemicals that are poured into your living space, that get on your clothing, your skin, your hair. I know so many TIs that have lost their hair, including me, including my daughter, that have lost their hair because of the chemicals. You can get chemicals sprayed when you're out. You know, they take chemicals in. Some of the smart dust is poured onto your clothing. They take a remote control and activate it and causes it to move around like you feel like something's crawling on your head or your clothes or your back. Mostly your back. They love the back and the neck and the head. Those are a lot of their favorite places to pour the chemicals on. And in the gang stocking, they get in your space. They love to get in your space where they are rubbing or get close to you, rubbing the chemicals on you as they pass, and then they react them with the remote control.
I like to get inside their space.
Me too. See how they like it. They look in your groceries in your shopping cart because they want to know what kind of food you eat. They go through our garbage because they want to know what kind of things are in our garbage, because what they want is they want to find more information concerning what type of person we are. But from my experience, they should have already done that. That is step one in the program, to make sure that they know everything about what we like, where we go, how we feel. They want to know all of our family members, how our family members feel about us, whether good, bad, or indifferent. So, it's just sad that the voices that people hear in their head. I don't have B2K. I thank God for that. My daughter has enough B2K for both of us. So you have to take into consideration, what kind of world are we living in? What do they expect out of us? From what I am looking and listening and researching, and this is something that's been going on. The murder, the wars, the crimes. It's been going on since Adam and Eve. It's been going on since Cain killed Abel. It's been going on in all these horrific wars that they're having. It's been going on in all the wars that we're having. And now that we're living in biblical times, it's my opinion, there's rumors of wars, and rumors of wars. So, I don't know. Could it be our government? Maybe. Maybe not.
I call it an infatuation with people. They want to control the population through every single level and demise. It's an infatuation with people, and they're very curious, which leads me to believe that part of this is alien, and a part of it is government and technology and spiritual, which also leads back to just being spiritual. So the aliens don't really have any kind of spirituality whatsoever, because they're foreign creatures, they're creators of a different realm. But yet they're here on this planet to create demise. And our government has found a way to propagate the expanding what it is that they want done. And the only way to do this, the only way to beat it, is to program it out of your mind. That's the only way to beat it.
And that is totally and absolutely impossible. Especially if your mind has been in your cortex and the crown of your head and your frontal lobes have been so severely manipulated, and your brain has been damaged over the tons of years that you have been under this form of assault. So you look at that, and you look at the memory loss, and you look at that, and you look at dementia. You look at your knees and needing to go into the hospital to get fluid drained off your knees, when it's directed energy weapon that's causing the ligaments in your knees to be fractured, or your elbows, or the back of your neck, or your spine, or your lower back muscles are hurting so bad. And there's so many people that talk about how the bottom of their back has intense pain, or migraine headaches from them manipulating your head, or you always got a sinus congestion problem from breathing in so many chemicals. So many biochemicals. You got smart dust. You got nanodots. You got this other new stuff, this liquid form of nano particulars, or whatever you want to. I haven't found a name for it yet. I am still doing research on what do you call this liquid dripping into your home. If you ever see it on your floor, your counters, your stove, your sink, in your sink, on your faucet, the manipulation of our water, how they treat our water with chemicals far worse than anybody else in your area. If you live in a house, it's different than yours. I mean, they have chemicals in theirs, but we have more chemicals in ours that can cause your hands to bleed. And you washing the dishes, the next thing you know, you got all kind of scars and scratches and stuff on your hands just from doing dishes. It's because of the high amount of chemicals that they are putting in only your water, or maybe some other people's water. You know, they hit the middle of your leg, and it shoots up to your brain that causes you a headache. Or they can hit the back of your neck that causes the front of your neck, your frontal lobes, that can cause you a headache. You know, there's so many ways that everybody's being targeted. And as long as you're not gangsta, you don't know you're targeted. Once somebody starts following you around, then you'll know there's something going on. If somebody starts going through your mail, or you notice that your mailbox is being broken into a lot and you're not getting your proper mail. And I remember saying the government mail is a felony to mess with mail. Well, when you're a TI, it's not a felony. When you're an American citizen, it's not a felony. Regardless if you're a targeted individual or not, it's not a felony anymore. Somebody breaking into your house, it's not a felony anymore. Because the government gave them permission to do this violation to you. If they're coming in, moving things around, it's not a felony anymore. You're wondering how are they getting the keys to my house? They have master keys. They have master locksmith. We're working with people with bottomless pockets. They have tons. They got more money than us. We don't have enough money to fight them. But they have enough money to do anything they want to do to us. And they do that. If they, if you smell something different in your house, or, maybe you're being targeted. But you don't know it because you're like, oh, well, maybe I need to mop my floor. It's not that. If you leave and go to the grocery store and come back and you feel an eerie feeling in your home, that means either they're there still, they hide under sinks, linen closets. They hide in closets. They hide in your ceiling. They have so many. They astral project, shifting, voodoo, black magic. They can come into your house when you have every door locked and every window locked. If you're in your bedroom and you lock your bedroom door, they can still get in there because we don't have the money for an FBI contractor. Therefore, they can go in there. They know the blueprint of your house. They know the blueprint of your apartment. They can access it anytime they want to. Why? When you got neighbors, in close vicinity to where you are, they can make those neighbors go to sleep. These people are so diabolical. They can put them to sleep whilst they do what they do as far as getting into your property. Or these people can be compensated. And they'll turn their head because they feel like they're protected because they're a part of it. No, you're not. You're not protected because you're a part of it. That means that the devil owns you. And you're never going to be protected by God, my own opinion.
That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe they don't want you to be protected by God because the demonism is taking over the planet. And the Euphrates River is dried up. The demons were released. The demonic angels were released. And so here we are. We're facing that demise, including targeted individuals, because it's going to be harder for us because we are seeking demise while we're at demise, as it is already. But we are the targeted few, and we are going to be the toughest ones that are out there. And the people that are in your area, I suggest that you try to watch out for them as much as possible, because hopefully things are going to change soon. If not, we're going to meet another demise, which is going to be a groundbreaking rule where we're going to have to take care of each other. And this is the whole entire planet. It's not just you, it's not just me or Constance. It's not just Constance or me or you, it's everybody. So we got to watch after everyone because we know what's going on. And if we don't watch after everybody, then you have failed or lost your goal. Your mission in life, at least your goal in life as a TI, is to watch after everybody else. That is a mission. It is a goal. And you can't fail that mission at all costs. You can't fail that. Because
you have to stay woke. You have to stay vigilant.
You got to be awake.
And there's so many people that are asleep because they're not going to try to listen to what another person is saying because it's not happening to them. So the music is killing me. This music is really a form of distraction to my brain right now. So I'm trying to keep it pretty much together. There's a lot in life that is so diabolical. So it's like something that you really can't understand. And I know that you can go out and you can tell people about everything that might be going, the EMF, the remote neural monitoring, BTK, and Havana syndrome, and everything else that is connected to what this situation is that a lot of people are in. And a lot of people are in it that don't even realize that they're in it. This is a God thing. This ain't a man thing. This ain't a church thing. This ain't a religion thing.
Oh, it's a man thing. That's true.
It's a God thing.
The only problem is there ain't enough men in the world.
Yeah. Can you put that?
I cut it down.
Appreciate it.
There ain't no men. There ain't no men in the world. There's not enough men in the world. They're all pussified, and
Rephrase that.
pussified.
No, let me rephrase it for him. They are not as strong as they should be for the women that need them to be. That is, I'm definitely going to have to rephrase that for Lewis. He kind of is blunt. He says what he wants to say the way he wants to say it.
And that's how I mean it. Men are pussified today. They're more like, man. You know what? Just go do something about it. Yeah.
So, and he is true in so many ways. Men are more sensitive. Some of them are a little more sensitive than women, but that's them.
They're woman trained.
I don't have nothing against men. I don't have anything against anybody. If they want to be that way, that's on them. If they want to think that way, that's on them. My main thing is getting out information to save somebody's life. That is the biggest thing in my life, is I really want to save somebody's life. I want to tell somebody what can happen, whether it does or it don't, and I hope it doesn't. Because when this happened, I wasn't aware. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know what to name it. I called it serial stalkers. I didn't have a name for them. Nobody told me. Nobody cared enough about me to tell me what was coming. They were like, there's a bus coming. There's a bus coming, and you're about to get hit by this bus. Nobody told me that. I'd have got out the way. But nobody told me. But we're going to end this video unless Lewis got something else to say.
No, we can't end it just yet.
But we're going to probably get another one started here shortly tonight. But, honey love, please like and share and subscribe.
No, we can't end the video. You got to keep going.
It's good.
And the people haven't heard what we had to say.
Just end it.
You want to start a new one?
We're going to do another one in a little bit.
Ay.